obviously, staying on HBO for just a little bit, Nicholas Walters, Lomachenko. Lomachenko's been getting some big mainstream popularity, headlines. His name has been mentioned with Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao has already verbally come out and said he'd possibly go down to 135. Lomachenko, is he the goods? And how well does he versus Nicholas Walters?
Walters is a very tough customer. You know what Walters is going to bring time in, time out. Lomachenko, though, is on another level boxing-wise, and you could tell that with his extensive amateur career, he wanted to move rapidly up the ranks in his pro career, and now that he has the title, and now that he is really starting to garner some mainstream attention, it has him excited. It has him looking forward and wanting to make a statement. And here's this big opportunity a couple of days after Thanksgiving here in the United States to put on a defining performance against Nicholas Walters. I heard that the tickets at the Cosmopolitan are doing very well and that they are going to probably sell out that building, 2,500 seats. So it's all going to unfold, and I think that Lomachenko is the goods. Regarding Pacquiao at 135, I think that's far-fetched. I think we have more of an opportunity to see Pacquiao in there against Crawford, but we all know that Pacquiao's going to fight Mayweather again. So I think that's Manny throwing out the big names, the Lomachenkos, the Crawfords of the world. Maybe it is a bargaining chip in his opinion, but Lomachenko, though, is really starting to hit his stride. He's in the peak and the prime of his career. Expect him to make a big statement at the end of November.
Well, going back to Manny and Floyd, are you saying that Manny should go straight into a Floyd fight? Is this performance versus Jesse Vargas enough to entice Mayweather back, or should Manny get another win or so to kind of build up those pay-per-view numbers, being as though you already said that the projection, early projection on these numbers are not well?
Well, I just think pay-per-view in general is a weird, it's an interesting business, because you can't just throw out regular fights or fights that are subpar. They have to be slam dunk, can't miss fights. Even that you question and you wonder, which is why I'm very curious to see how Kovalev and Ward does on pay-per-view. So if Pacquiao were to have another fight, if it is on regular premium cable, whether it be HBO or Showtime, I'm fine with it. But if he decides to fight on pay-per-view again, which is where it will probably be headed because of his premium and what he needs to make per fight on his contract with Top Rank, then I'm not interested in another Pacquiao fight, with the exception of him fighting Mayweather. He's got to fight Floyd in his next time out if it's going to be on pay-per-view. If he decides to take another fight, that's fine, but you keep rolling the dice. He fought Bradley, fine, went out there, looked impressive. He rolled the dice again, he beat Jesse Vargas. At a certain point, especially at this age that he is at, Father Time catches up to you, and Father Time is undefeated. So Manny better understand and realize, look, I can't be taking too many chances, because if he loses, the Floyd fight is out the window. I think this performance was good enough to warrant a Floyd rematch. Plus, that fight's going to happen at the, and maybe I'm wrong here, Ness, but that fight will probably happen at the new T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. It'll shatter every record that the T-Mobile Arena has, because you know it's going to be a monster at the gate. Pay-per-view buys will be over 1 million. They're two of the biggest boxing stars that the sport has seen in the past 20 years. If they want to do it again, if you don't want to buy, then don't buy it. Don't watch it. Don't check out the coverage. But either way, they're headed towards a collision course, and it will draw over 1 million buys. It will be on the front page of newspapers and websites, and it'll be on Sports Center. Will it be the monster that it was 2 years ago? No, but it will still be a colossal event in Las Vegas, which is something that boxing would thrive from.
$1 million question. Is it a different fight, or are we going to be watching the first match rewinded?
I think we see more of an aggressive Manny Pacquiao, which would make for more of an entertaining affair. But look, Floyd Mayweather is a master at adjustments. So whatever Manny throws at him, Floyd is going to be able to adapt. And here's another thing, because I've been around and have seen Floyd train up close and personal. Floyd constantly stays in shape. and he is always paying attention to boxing. He loves the game. He's a student of it, and he is absorbing as much knowledge as possible to see where he can go ahead, and if he were to be in a fight again with Manny Pacquiao, where he would make his adjustments, where he could capitalize, where he could have the advantage. So make no mistake, Floyd went there. He could have easily been in his mansion and watched from his place and watched the fight on pay-per-view, but he wanted to sit front row. Obviously, he was invited by Manny, but when Floyd gets out of his palatial estate to go watch a fight and sit in the front row, there's a reason for it. He's scouting. He's not there just to show support for either Jesse Vargas or whoever. He's there to try to gain as much knowledge as possible and see any deficiencies in the game of his opponent or potential opponent, once again, Manny Pacquiao.
Wow. I just want to say thank you for obviously giving us the time